Okay, so now that I have shown some different ways to use the peer review process, such as Google Docs and the traditional paper-pencil method, I want to review some of the effective components of a peer review in the classroom. The first component of an effective classroom using peer review is that teachers have educated the students on proper peer review tactics. The students know what is expected of them whenever they exchange papers with one another, and they know how to effectively review one another's work. Culture and trust has been facilitated in the classroom. The teacher has worked to develop a culture in the room where trust is prominent and students feel comfortable with one another. The next component is that peer review is frequently implemented. This peer review process is something that is not new to the students, and they are frequently doing it with many of their writing assignments. The next aspect is that there are regular changes in the student review team. So students are regularly changing with one another whose papers they're reviewing, and they are getting different types of feedback from different people. The most important process, in my opinion, is that student feedback is driving the process. So if students are telling their teacher that something is not working for them in the peer review process, the teacher is listening to that, and their feedback is helping to drive the process. Collaboration is prominent and key in this process. So, what do students learn from each other in the peer review process? There are several things. These are just some of the most important that I believe. They are learning spelling from one another, helping to correct one another's spelling. They are learning proper formatting techniques from one another about how to properly format their papers. They are learning effective word choice from one another. They are learning proper direction to take in their writing with one another. They are editing and repairing their works before it makes it to the teacher. They're learning to trust one another with their writing and with their thoughts. They are learning how to share their work with one another. And finally, they are learning teamwork. I feel that one key element must be in place for collaboration to succeed in the classroom, and that one key element is community. You must have a community developed in your classroom to effectively have the peer review process work in your room. Hopefully now you see some more of the steps that must be enacted to have peer review effectively work in your classroom.